Hello, everybody. Wanted to come to you and talk to you about a fun topic today, and that is dreaming bigger. And one of the words that comes to my mind when I think about dreaming bigger is the word vision. And this was actually a common topic in my home growing up. My dad always talked about vision, and his one-liner was always, "Your vision dictates your action." Your vision dictates your action. And we often would quote the scripture in Proverbs 29, verse 18, which says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish," or the people are unrestrained. And so I just want to encourage you to get a vision. And one of the things that I was thinking about is that spending time on the concept of vision, our brain will do something special. It will create the how on its own once we get the vision going, right? And so I have a couple of little homework pieces for you. And I would like you to get out a piece of paper and a piece of paper and just write down and journal your thoughts. And I would like you to actually prayerfully consider that God has a vision for you and for your business. And so my number one homework assignment is to pray and ask the Lord to show you what that is and write it down. Okay. Number two, your second homework assignment is to journal what you want to create. Okay. So this is a multifaceted approach here. But one of the things that I have noticed in this business, the people that lack clarity end up growing stagnant in their business. And that's not a fun place to be. But I want you to consider, if time and money and maybe energy were not an issue, if they were not obstacles, think through, where would you work? Where would you play? Where would you vacation? Where would your kids go to school? What would you drive? Think through some of those ideas and just sit and think, or go on a walk if you're more of an active person, and just think about what your life could look like. What if you could create your life and you weren't held in by other people's time schedules and other people's vision? Because I mean, a lot of people end up working for somebody else. And so we're at the beck and call of other people's schedules and building their visions and things like that. And so I want you guys to sit and think and ponder and pray about what that might look like. Okay, and the number three homework assignment is this. I want you to write down your HPE, your highest points ever in 2023, and write that down. Okay. Now, the next number I want you to write down is a doubled amount of that number. Okay, so whatever your highest points ever number was, I want you to multiply that by 2 and write down that number. Okay. Now I want you to take that original HPE number and add a 0 to it. Okay, or multiply it by 10. So now I want you to journal what comes up for you when you look at those numbers, the double numbers and then the 10x numbers. And this is the key. Honestly, in order to be able to achieve something in reality, in real time, right? We have to be able to first go there in our mind to envision that and what that could be, what it could feel like, what it would look like, taste like, all of those things. And so being able to see it in our mind first before we ever achieve it. I just think of, like when my husband was prepping for his half Ironman race or some of the local triathlons that he runs, he will often envision the obstacle course or the race and go through that in his mind before he ever actually goes and runs it, bikes it, swims it in person, right? And when before I went and birthed our 7 children, it's just one of those things that I start to envision and think through the process in my mind before I actually ever physically go through that event, right? And so similarly, when I have made a goal to rank up or set, whatever it is, made a goal for my Plexus business, or have a, a prize that I'm going after, or a big trip, or maybe it's a top 10 contest or whatever, I actually like work things out in my mind before I actually ever do it physically, right? And so the ability to foresee, to have the faith to see something before it happens is a really important piece of this business. I think sometimes we don't talk about, right? And so I want to encourage you in that way. And so one of my last questions I have for you guys is, are you ready to receive abundance? Okay, maybe some of those numbers were like crazy to you. The numbers are a little crazy to me when I write my numbers down. But do we believe that God can equip us and give us the capability and the capacity to steward the opportunity as big as He wants to grow it, right? And so I want to encourage you to be faithful when the numbers are smaller and to practice, practice, practice. It's a skill set, it's a learnable skill set, and it's mindset. So much of this is mindset. And I would say none of us come in to a business like this and know all the details about everything. I'm honestly still learning as I go, and it's actually really, really fun. And so I want to encourage you to be ready to receive abundance and to prayerfully pursue the God-sized dream that He's placed on your heart, because this opportunity is big enough. So that's what I have for you guys. Dream big, dream bigger, and ask the Lord to show you what His vision is as you continue to steward this opportunity with excellence. Love you guys.